going on, everybody? Well, welcome to another edition of the Movie Fam's Horror Review. Now, also go ahead and throw this out there. I want to thank all the corn children last week for, inducting Zuma Jr. It meant a lot to him. You know, they hit us up with that, and yeah, really stoked. And Zuma, buddy, you got your own little like corn chapter now, so you can induct anybody you want from your side. You know, they're cool with that. The corn children are not angry, so yeah, they definitely want you to start I guess recruiting other children.
No.
And they're creepy. I ain't gonna lie. I think we should stop it here. But the corn children are trying to rise to power right now, so that's what we're gonna do there. So you know what? We got a show right here, and as you see, we got some new guests here.
Hi.
Of course, the return of Misery Black.
Hi.
Over a month.
Hi.
I like the Fargo hat, by the way. I'm just saying.
Y'all?
It's horrible. That's ridiculous. Walking away now.
I killed it myself.
Wow. Okay, over here. Now we've seen you a couple times now. You've been at the party. You was in the corn induction of Zuma Jr.
Hi.
It's Natalie Myers over here. So Natalie, say what's up.
Hi. Hi.
And right here, this is my girlfriend.
Hi.
My fallen angel, Maya.
Hi.
So Maya, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So you know what? We're gonna get to it. We got 2 new movies to hit you up with right here. We got.
Time out. I'm actually not the girlfriend, as people have thought before.
How did you believe that before? Like, you're clearly like a kid. You're clearly 13 years old.
I'm actually almost 14.
Oh, well, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, for the record,
people have thought before.
this is my girlfriend. And
I'm not.
This is not. She lives. She's a neighbor. She's a friend of the show. She's a neighbor. That's all there is to it. Who said this? Anybody actually say this? I've never read this. Did he?
He was like, so Misery's boyfriend thinks that it's funny that there's an openly gay character on Paranorman.
I didn't think it was funny though. I don't think he was talking about me.
He did.
Wow.
He said, so Misery's boyfriend.
But not me. Because I didn't see the movie. I didn't think it was funny. So anyways, we got a couple new reviews for you here. First up, we got Let the Right One In. Yes,
not
the
left
original.
one.
Yeah, not the left one. And don't leave them out. Let them in. And we got the 1999 classic Sleepy Hollow. So boom, there we go with that. So let's go ahead and get right to this thing. Now, a couple weeks ago, if you can remember back that far, we had a top 3.
No one
and it was the top 3 horror films that take place on a big mode of transportation, whether it just be we're running out of ideas so much right now. We're scraping it here. Whether it be like a whole horror movie set on a train, a boat, spaceship, whatever.
Titanic.
And I would love to see that movie, Titanic. Titanic with an Axwell and maniac on the bottom. So we got.
It did hit an iceberg. Someone chopped a hole.
Oh, it's an ice pick. Well, it was.
Yes.
Ice pick murder. All right, so 13th Wolfman hit us up, and he gave us his top 3.
Hey.
Was at number 3, Flight of the Living Dead. I've seen this in video stores. I have not checked it out yet, and he said it's literally exactly what it sounds like. It's zombies on a plane. I'm in. I'm sold.
Terrible.
He said at number 2, The Horror Express, which is just classic as well. Actually,
Polar
it's over there.
Express.
I think it is the Polar Express. Actually,
Yes.
it is the director's cut. They're like, we're gonna make it scarier. And then, of course, The Night Train Murders was his number 1. And I have not seen this. This is the first time I've heard of it, actually. So I need to check that one out. So, yeah, that was 13th Wolfman. Thank you very much. And then WT Sky Dark hit us up.
Cool.
And he said his number 3 was Virus, which was the spaceship one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Never seen it. It's because of his number 1, the reason I didn't watch Virus. But we'll get to number 1 in a second. His number 2 is Triangle. And I have never even heard or seen of this either. I meant to actually check into that, but it's just been it's been a busy week, so I hadn't had a chance to yet. And then his number 1 was Event Horizon, which I was not a fan of Event Horizon at all, which is why I didn't watch, Virus. So people love Event Horizon. People tear it up. I just personally could not get into it. So yeah.
You're a hipster. You don't like mainstream things.
That's not the case. It's just bad movie. All right, so this week I'm thinking myself, what can the top 3 be? We're definitely scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one. But to keep it going with the, let's try to tie the top 3 in with the movies, I decided to go with top 3 Tim Burton films. Now, clearly, he didn't really do a whole lot of horror movies. Like, even Sleepy Hollow, I don't really consider an out-and-out horror movie at all.
That's great.
It's awesome. I love it. But, no, but the thing is, you can clearly see that he was influenced by German expression films and horror films. And he literally has, like, that twist and everything he does. He has, like, that dark, gothic look. So, I'm like, you know what? It'll fit. Like, this is, like, definitely a top 3 you can throw out there. And people ain't gonna bitch too much about it. So, for me, personally, my top 3 Tim Burton films of all time is, at number 3, Batman. Until Christopher Nolan came around, it was literally the greatest Batman ever. Flat out. I mean, Schumacher couldn't touch it at all. You know, he tried. And even the Adam West version, which I love, Adam West 1960 version. Yeah, it was Keaton and Burton. It was their baby. But
their baby.
Nolan and Bell came around and
they made a baby.
They made the baby, and it was called Batman Begins. And now that baby's walking.
They made a baby.
And then up next at number 2, I said Ed Wood. I think that is just a brilliant movie. Have you seen this? You know who Ed Wood is? He was a really shitty director from the 60s. And they do like a biopic, but it's like done in a nice way. Like, instead of just like slamming him, they try, like, you know, and of course Johnny Depp plays Ed Wood. Because of course, let's face it, Johnny Depp and Tim Burton, yes. So, damn good movie. I recommend anybody who hasn't seen it. I mean, even if you're like, is it drama? It's about horror. Watch it. It's brilliant. And
you are a drama.
You're a drama. You're a high school drama. And number 1, Beetlejuice, because goddamn it, love Beetlejuice. Yes.
Beetlejuice is amazing.
Brilliant. You're making a sequel.
We've said it like 4 times already. So woo.
They're making a sequel of Beetlejuice 2. I'm not even joking. Yeah. Didn't we say? I'm still in this quote from Kevin Smith, but didn't we already say all we need to say with the first Beetlejuice? Do we really need to make a second one? Apparently so. So we'll go around here now. What you got? You guys have any Tim Burton movies that you actually like? I'll start with you.
Horror or?
Well, like I said, just anything. I mean, I got Beetlejuice on mine, so.
Beetlejuice is technically kind of scary. More like a children's horror film.
It's a comedy with a horror twist, I'd say.
Yes.
Mostly we got Sleepy Hollow, Mars Attacks, Edward Scissorhand, Batman Begins, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
What?
Yeah, he did Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure. Let's see, he did Charlie and Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd,
Charlie and Chocolate.
Dark Shadows, Corpse Bride.
Oh, Corpse Bride, yes.
People think he did Nightmare Before Christmas, and he didn't.
He didn't do Coraline either.
Didn't do Coraline either, yeah.
I did my research on that.
Oh, there you
he
go.
Didn't do Coraline.
So you're saying Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Any other ones you throw in there? Like, if you could make a top 3? You can borrow from mine if you want.
What?
Or your top 3?
Oh, Batman.
Batman?
Batman.
And Charlie and Chocolate Factory?
Batman. Charlie and Chocolate
Batman?
Beetlejuice.
What about you, sweetie? Beetlejuice. Big fan of Beetlejuice. You can't beat Beetlejuice. You really can't, dude. Keaton. I'm never announced my favorite Keaton movie. Like, him as an actor, he's brilliant in that movie. He really is. What about you? Any other Tim Burton movie that you're really big on? No?
Like, his lips are just weird. Have you ever, like, watched, like, whenever I watch movies, I watch people talk, like, the way they move their mouths and stuff, and it's just weird. And in that movie, you can't really tell.
So, Natalie, what about you? Top 3 Tim Burton movies?
Feeling the love here. Only been
Charlie
gone.
Chocolate Factory? Alright.
Only been gone.
So, I want to know right now, what is your top 3 Tim Burton movies? So, as you guys know, multiple ways to hit me up. MovieFan7 at gmail.com.
There's no such thing as
you can leave the message right down below.
There's no such thing as.
You can definitely hit me up with my fan friends over on Facebook.
You can definitely send a video response.
Hit me up there.
You can definitely quit
private messages.
There is a video.
In the video response.
Thank you.
So yes, multiple ways to hit me up.
No, there's only one way to hit him up. Actually, technically, there's only one way to contact him because hitting him up would be illegal, depending on your age.
Or what state they're in.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So I want to know top 3 Tim Burton movies. So let's go ahead and get some news. Now I'm not gonna lie, skimmed down some news. Not a whole lot going on, but I did scrape together some stuff. Now I've mentioned on the show before the comic book series Lock and Key. Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son, you know, he writes it. He's a brilliant writer. He's actually doing a new movie coming out called Blackwood. Don't know nothing about it, but he is writing it. And I'm looking forward to it because, once again, I've seen this guy write. Unless he just completely has the director butcher it. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to it. They were pretty good. Now on BladeDiscussing.com, they recently had their top. They had like, it wasn't like a top 6. There was like, here are 6 essential zombie movies that you should watch. And I totally disagree with a lot of these. I'm not gonna lie, but whatever. We're gonna go with it. In fact, they only had 1 Romero zombie movie in this 6 essential. I'm like, really? Are we joking right now? But whatever. It's their opinion. I have my own. But they said number 1, there was Dawn of the Dead, the original, which I agree with. I think everybody should see this one. But they left everything else. They had no Day of the Dead, no Night of the Living Dead. You kidding me? Ridiculous. Number 2, Return of the Living Dead, which I must not be a big fan of. I mean, it's a decent movie, but I think we can probably pass it and be okay.
Did it give reasons why to watch it? Or did it just list them?
They gave reasons, but I just remember, like, if I read them, it was just, like, why it's good, but, like, not why it's exactly essential.
Okay.
I mean, at number 3, Zombie, which I do agree with that one. That's the one where, you see the scene where the girl gets fucking grabbed and then pulled into the splinter in her eye? Yes! Oh, it's insane.
Makes me want to throw up.
Oh, it's a great movie. Great movie. It's an awesome. You're a good chance. We'll have to watch it sometime. It is brilliant. And you also got a scene where a shark and a zombie fight. Gold. I mean, that's like
Sharknado.
Sharknado. But you know what though? This is 1978. Looks decent. Like you would think it'd just be it's a dude in a zombie outfit underwater fighting a shark.
Kill me.
Real shark.
Real shark.
Underwater. Underwater. At number 4, and then this guy, he actually made the point, because as he's writing, he's like, I know everybody's going to say, isn't that really a zombie movie? And guess what? It's not, asshole. 28 Days Later. But I guess, and he said for all intents and purposes, it is. But I'm like, yeah, I guess, but I still don't consider it a zombie movie. It's an infection movie. Guess we'll start calling Contagion a zombie movie. Why not? Might as well at this point. Well, let's call Outbreak a zombie movie. Dustin Hoffman in Outbreak. Fucking zombie movie. And then number 5 they had, which I love, Shaun the Dead. Yes. Boom. It's almost like some point to the poster back there. Boom.
Hope I can't even see it. I hope you can't.
They can't. They definitely can't. They can't even see it when it's like framed up here. Simon Pegg's awesome. He's the man. And then number 1 they had. I think these are actually in like a chronological order. And then last one they had was Zombie Land. And yeah, I like it. Essential, probably not, but it's definitely a good time. So
it gives you some pointers.
Yeah, it definitely gives you like a list to go through. So there you guys go. 6 essential zombie.
What are your 6 essential?
Night of the Living Dead, or Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and then I would go Zombie. Oh, dude, I had that one in my mind. God damn it, what was it? Good question. I'll come back to you next week. It's gonna be like this guy's list for like 2. I'm just gonna bitch about those 2. Like I've actually got a big different list. And speaking of zombies, they just released a new poster for the film Warm Bodies. They got like a bunch of them. Now, we have not talked about Warm Bodies I told you about this yet?
I think you have.
Okay.
I don't remember.
The basic plot is, now I'm not gonna lie, it is from the studio that did Twilight, and it does have a Twilight look to it. However, Warm Bodies is basically about, it's a young guy who is he's a zombie. And it's like from his point of view, which I really like, because I mean it's almost like the
I've seen the.
And so what it is, so the zombie, it's a dude zombie, and he's just talking about like, what it's like to be a zombie, and then they are attacking this group of people, and this girl, he sees this girl, and she wastes like his buddy, but when she comes to him, click, nothing. We've all seen that in a zombie movie. It's a terrifying moment, but he falls in love, and like literally you see his heart starting to beat again. Is it cheesy? Yes. However, it looks like it's done right. It don't seem like it's just. Doesn't look like it's just kind of lingering on a shitty love story. It's almost like it's more on the comedy of it, I think. And anyway, so he helps her get out of the building with all these zombies because he like pretend you're dead. And then later on, she helps him get out of the situation with the human because now he's starting to come back. And of course there's a whole war between these other zombies called bonies, which are like a more decomposed version of zombies. So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to it. I think it actually looks pretty good. So thoughts? No.
I've seen the trailer for it like 4 times.
Wow, big fan over here. Big fan.
No, actually.
Wow. Tearing it up 400 times.
I said 4, not 400.
That's what I said. 4.
So I said 400.
You said like 400.
You said
So anyways, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Looking forward to it. So, all right, well, that's all I got in the way of news. Now, I have seen a couple of new releases recently. Watched them. Watched one of them in the theater recently, and then I ran one the other night. Up first with The Collection, which from like the writers of like random Saw movies. It's like not even like the good Saw movies. It's like from the writers of like 3 through whatever. Anyways, it's actually a damn good movie. The Collection, I mentioned on the show already once before, but it's a sequel to the movie The Collector, which I have not seen yet. I guess there's a lot of throwbacks to the first one, but you can actually watch this one without really having to see it. Without giving anything really away, it's pretty much like a Saw ripoff, where basically the serial killer, he creates these elaborate fucking like death plays, and he always takes one victim from each area and he collects them. And of course, what he does with them after that, anybody's guess. But and there's one of the greatest openings too is it's in a nightclub, and he turns on these giant turbines. Like, now, once again, logically, how this dude rig up this entire nightclub, whatever, I don't know. But he turns on these turbines, and the turbine runs through the nightclub. Everybody gets like shattered, obliterated. At one point, yeah, they really spoiler, I guess. There's a scene where this cage drops on people, and he's standing on like the roof of the cage, but the cage is lowering. And dude, like, I don't know who did the sound effects on this movie, but it sounds so real, dude. I mean, it's just, they turn into pulp. I mean, it's just like bone and pulp and blood. Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, damn good movie. And basically what it is, remember Shooter McGavin?
Who?
Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore?
Yep.
Okay, he plays like this rich dude who his daughter is the one who gets kidnapped. So he hires like his cop buddy to go off the books to find his daughter. Well, in this, I guess he was the guy in part 1 who survived or was taken hostage, whatever. Main guy in part 1. He escapes in the beginning of this one. So now this cop or whatever and his SWAT team he puts together kidnap this dude and make him take him to where it's at. There's a whole way to get there. I'm not going to go through it right now, but they find the place. But it's this dude's warehouse, and it literally is just like booby trap. It's like from fucking Saw. Like, it's just everything, but it's brilliant. Like, it's really well done. The effects look great in it. I mean, it's low budget, but it looks great. Yeah, I don't want to say too much without giving anything away. I recommend it, and they're already making a part 3, which is kind of weird because this one kind of ends in a. I mean, you definitely have a part 3, but it didn't really end the way you think. I don't know. Brilliant. And part 3 is going to be called The Collected. So they're keeping the montage there. I'm digging that. And then I watched VHS over this past weekend.
Yeah.
You
told me about it.
Basically, VHS is an anthology horror film, but it's all done found footage, which is not a bad idea.
It sounds looking for a found footage.
Yeah. However, that aspect of it is just executed poorly. Like, hey, okay, I can get it. Like, they got a new camera, and we're going to videotape everything we do. All right. Are they really going to videotape themselves watching the movies? I don't think so. If I'm them, like, nope. Because I can imagine, like, if there's an uncut version, it's just like, camera sitting here watching me watch this for 20 minutes. And then we'll put in our tape in. No, who's doing it? And then just, like, the actual movie, like, it was like the wraparound story that was, like, holding all these together, that was just the worst one. It was just ridiculous. Bad logic, I don't know. And then the story that was like, the best story on there, I would think, this dude gets spy glasses. And, like, they got the glasses in the camera, or the camera in the glasses. And, it looked
like
pretty...
the glasses
yeah.
up on the camera?
And, no, like literally, like, he's wearing glasses, and the camera's hidden in him, like what you see like in a spy movie.
Okay.
And you know what? I think they actually did it that way, and it looked awesome. Like, it actually is the best looking found footage thing I've ever seen. Because it's actually like, it is, instead of like this clunky, no, it's literally just like you're seeing it. You're fucking,
yeah.
And it looked awesome. I don't want to go into details on this, because once again, these are really short, it's an anthology. There's like 5 or 6 different stories in this one. So they're all short. If you try to like go into a little bit of them, you'll basically give it away. Brilliant though. Or that one was. That's the very first one I show. Some of them are hit or miss. I recommend checking it out. It is something different to see, but I'll be honest with you, it kind of feels like if there's ever an end to the found footage subgenre, this will be the perfect one. It's ended after this one. So yeah.
God.
VHS. So that's that. So alright, let's get
but
some.
I do recommend.
I recommend watching anything. I think if you're in the horror community, you should check it out, regardless. However, yeah, Most of them are
see
just,
what poop truly looks like.
What? Okay. Alright, so up next we got some viewer comments. I got some comments over the week, past 2 weeks actually. Up first we got Zuma126.
Hi, Zuma!
What's going on, buddy? Good friend of the show. We definitely reviewed his movie, Sweet 16. And anyways, on our show, when we did it, this was the first week you wasn't there, it was me, Pumpkin Face, and Robert Cheney reviewing it.
Yeah.
And Pumpkin Face, there's a scene where you have a inverted cross in the background.
Woo!
And I noticed it and I watched it and I was like, oh, that's just a mistake. I mean, it looks like it could almost be like the light shine through the blind at a certain. I mean, it looked like that. So we were wondering, like, was that intentional? And Zuma said, yes, it was, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
I was like confused on what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, like Robert Cheney said, he thought it was probably an accident. Pumpkin Face was like, no, he definitely meant to. I said I can go either way. I mean, it looked like
it was the light.
No, it was intended. Like he actually put that in there.
Inverted cross, or okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know how he did it, but yeah, the inverted cross on the wall was meant to be there. So thank you, Zuma. You know, we were really dying to know that. 13 Wolfman actually had a question about the Corn Children induction video. He's wondering what you said to me as you walked up close to me. He said he couldn't hear it. So you want to repeat what you said to me? Wow, I don't even remember. Wow. She called me pathetic. That was what she said as she walked up to me. She said, you're pathetic. Pat me on the head. And then she walks on. So, yeah, that was what she said there. So, nothing new. She didn't really bring nothing new to the table. It's our typical banter. She calls me pathetic, and then we move on. Or she says video response. She should have said that. She should have been like, what are you guys doing?
Response. I
would have been like, she would have been like, video response. And then walked away, and it would have been about the same. So, but thank you, 13 Wolfman. We appreciate it. And now I feel bad. I can't remember how this dude's name is, like what order it is. I can't remember if you're Maniac Manny or Manny Maniac. And I apologize. It's on the computer, and I just forgot to check it. But we've been talking for a while now. And anyways, he was asking me, who I really thought.
He doesn't care about you, obviously.
Oh my god. Who I thought is like, I guess, like the #1 Sherlock Holmes, the actor who portrays Sherlock Holmes. We're going off horror for a second here. I guess in the Sherlock Holmes fan community, and to be honest with you, I don't know because I don't really know. Like I'm not part of that community.
Robert Downey Jr.
Really? Are you being for real? Oh my god! Oh, ridiculous. You would say that. You're a kid though. For me personally,
you're a kid.
I'm saying I'm gonna say Jeremy Brett. I got his entire television. He did like 6 or 5 different television series, and then did like a bunch of TV movies for him. And they were all, I gotta say right now, he's the best. He's the best one that I think personally. I would say though, I bet a lot of people were just like Basil Rathbone, who did it in the 40s. I bet he probably gets the more attention. And I bet if you ask most of these kids, it's probably Robert Downey Jr. because they don't know any better.
Robert Downey Jr. is great.
He did okay, but wasn't that good of a movie?
I'm talking about acting, like his acting.
He was kind of asking, like, who do you think, like, if I asked you, like, who is to you Batman? I think that's what he was kind of thinking, like, in your mind, who is Batman? Like, when you think of the Batman, who do you think of? Like, for me personally, I gotta say Christian Bale because I think he nails it perfectly.
Great.
Although for years, like I said, though, it was Michael Keaton because I didn't see Christian Bale do his, but yeah. Michael Keaton.
His lips.
You ever see him in The Other Guys?
No.
Not bad.
Well, I've seen
Other Guys is like a hit or miss. But Michael Keaton does really good in it. Like I just like his character. Like the first part of it, he's talking about how his kid's a bisexual, and he just tells you it's kind of like rubbed the wrong way, but he's just trying to like pretend he accepts. He's like, yeah, my kid's a bisexual, whatever, whatever. But it's funny. But then he starts quoting TLC songs, and literally he'll be like, guys, no scrubs, all right? I don't want no scrubs. And they're like, you mean like the TLC songs? Like, what? No. And then later on, he's just like, you guys, seriously, don't go chasing waterfalls. And I'm just like, oh my god. And he keeps, and the whole, like, I don't know, it gets funnier. I don't know. I thought he did great in it, but yeah. So that's okay. That's it, guys. For viewer comments. Once again, you guys know how to email viewer comments. You guys can ask us anything. And not just me. It could be Misery Black here, my past guest.
Hi.
Corn Children.
Hi.
Ask me, or Maya over here, want to ask her something. Whatever you guys want to ask, and it doesn't have to be, horror related. I mean, like I said, we just had a whole Sherlock Holmes segment on here because of, conversation we've had before. So
ask us about what kind of cereal we eat for breakfast.
I'll tear that conversation out. We won't say that right now. We'll save it in case someone does ask. Yeah, anything, you know. So you guys know how to do it.
like
Comment down
cheese
below.
also?
Fan and friends on Facebook.
Ask anything.
MoveFam7@gmail.com.
No, those do not exist. There's
Personal
no such
message.
thing as Gmail. There's no such thing as personal message.
And
you get the point.
video response. So yeah, ask us anything you want to do. We'll do what we can. So let's get some reviews, shall we? Now we're gonna go back just a couple of years. 2010. Let the Right One In. Oh, I think it's 2009 actually. I didn't look it up. I couldn't find it in the book. I didn't have the access to the internet. I think Let Me In was 2010. I think Let the Right One In was 2009. We're gonna say 2009. I'm horrible. Anyways, this was the original one. Now, Let Me In, I watched it first, and I thought it was brilliant. Just a beautiful film all around. This one, the basic concept is this little boy who gets bullied all the time at school has a new neighbor, and it's a little girl, but she is a vampire. And they kind of, like this kind of romance blossoms between these two kids. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The love story in Let Me In, not this one, but Let Me In. I thought it was the most believable love story with vampires I've ever seen. It was more believable than Jason Patrick and the other chick, Jamie Gertz or whatever her name is.
What?
Lost Boys, and definitely more believable than Twilight. I truly think Let Me In was just the most, brilliant, It was the most, it was touching. But anyways, going back to Let the Right One In. So it basically, it is pretty much the same movie as the remake. There are some minor differences thrown in there. Without giving too much away, I don't know. It's really, like I said, I liked it. It's damn good. It's I think it's Norwegian or something like that. Once again, I did no homework at all. I just watched it, reviewing it, and then I passed it on. I know, I'm horrible.
I didn't even do that much.
You don't. She doesn't.
I don't. I'm lazy.
I think the direction was really good. The copy I had though, when I rented it, it said this movie is subtitled. So I was expecting to read some subtitles. When I popped it in though, it was like dubbed. And it was like the worst dubbing ever. And I ain't gonna switch it. I don't care. It was and like the voices. Like there was like one of the bully kids sounded like a girl, and it just it was just really bizarre and off-putting. But but no, I mean yeah, I don't know what else to say about this one. This is gonna be the shittiest review for a movie.
No, I really.
Cause I don't want to give away too much of the movie at all. But no, I mean it's really well done, well directed. I didn't like the writing so much in this one. I felt like they kind of fleshed it out a little bit more in the American remake. And I gotta say, I think the American remake is better acted. Now, I was trying not to look at the dubbing of it. I wasn't trying to pay attention to just dubbing. I look at the emotion, because when you watch a foreign film, you can't really hear them, obviously, so you gotta kind of watch the facial expressions, the way they deliver lines, stuff like that. And this one just seemed kind of wooden at times. Like, some of the actors just wasn't like, I don't know. The kids, I don't know, they did pretty good, but other than that, yeah, like I said, I don't know what to tell you about this one. I dug it. I do prefer the American remake over this one. Just my personal opinion. Definitely check it out. But yeah, let's throw one in. Not much of a review, I guess, but boom, that's that. So that's all I got. You got anything to add? You guys watch it? You guys watch it? No?
I just said that I don't.
So anyway, oh my god. Anyway, so we're gonna go back further now. Go back a decade to 1999. Sleepy Hollow, in which Ichabod Crane, played by Johnny Depp, goes to a small town, Sleepy Hollow, to investigate these murders, where all these victims are getting their head chopped off, but the heads are disappearing. All right, have you ever seen this one at all? Haven't seen this one, Sleepy Hollow? Now, you watched Sleepy Hollow, yeah? Okay, I know you watched it at least. What about you? What do you think about it? What was your opinions of Sleepy Hollow? She's shot, folks. She's a sweetheart, let me tell you right now. But yeah, she's very shot. I dragged her on here like, you're doing the show. Plucked her out of the sky, threw her here like, you're doing the show. Sleepy Hollow. Here's what I really like about Sleepy Hollow. Is, once again, it's not really an out-and-out horror movie. It's kind of like a fantasy, comedy, adventure feel to it. Like, it's what Van Helsing should have been. I'll say that. once again, I'm a big Johnny Depp fan anyways.
Johnny Depp is great.
Johnny Depp's brilliant. So, like, I'm always just a big fan of his regardless of what he does.
Great in everything he does.
Yeah, he's the man. So, then on top of that, Tim Burton. Oh, God. Like, we're not even doing a show here at this point.
Want to go?
Yeah.
Woo! Want to go?
I do.
Woo! Go. There you go. Sorry.
13th Wolfman just got that. So anyway.
I seriously can't find it. There you go.
Thank you. That's pretty good, actually. Alright, but, I'm gonna throw off my whole voice now, but no. With Sleepy Hollow, what I really think about is, with all Tim Burton's movies, he has that gothic look. You can never, you can just, like, show some footage that he just shot in his backyard, and you just know right off the bat, it's Tim Burton. Like, he just has a style to his stuff. And if you love his movies, or hate the movies, or whatever, I love the look. Like, even the movies I don't like of his, I love the look of them. Edward Scissorhands, hate the movie. I think it's ridiculous. Don't like it. However, the look, oh, it's awesome. I love how he had like that suburban, like, picture perfect neighborhood, and then I got dark castle in the background.
Yeah.
Badass. Sleepy Hollow, or not Sleepy Hollow, sorry. Sweeney Todd, didn't care for it. Love the look of the film. It's just gothic. It's badass. I love it. So,
and plus the fact that a lot of Tim Burton movies are featuring Johnny Depp. Like,
oh yeah.
Plus, and Johnny Depp can just pull that off.
He can. I mean, he's so versatile that he can do any of these roles. Like, you throw him anything at all, boom, he'll take it and he'll run with it.
Charlie and the Chocolate
And this was no, yeah, he did awesome in that one. This is no exception. He literally, Sleepy Hollow. Now, if you're familiar with the book, in the book there was no supernatural aspect to it at all. It was like a prank that was put on by all the, and depending on what version, I've seen multiple versions anyways. Some versions it's really a headless horseman. Some version it's a prank. And this one, they do focus on the supernatural aspect of it. Christina Ricci plays in it. She did a really good job. And, basically what it is, you find out that, so go ahead and just spoil this for you. This has been more than 10 years, I'll spoil it. What happens is, Christopher Walken, of all people, plays the Headless Horseman.
Christopher Walken?
I wish he had some speaking role. I just love hearing this guy talk, and if he would have talked as the Headless Horseman, that would have been even better. Like, it's
talked as the Headless Horseman.
It would have been great.
That would have been ironic.
But anyways, he gets he's like a great soldier just during like revolutionary times, and anyways, his platoon or whatever gets like wiped out. How
do you know if it's? Never mind.
Because I watched the movie. Anyways, as he's running, anyways, he bumps into these two girls as he's hiding from these soldiers, and one of the girls tells him because he just tells him like, shh. And so the one girl snaps his stick in half. Soldiers hear him, they cut his head off, and they bury him. But the thing is, this young girl, she's like, I think she says she sells her soul to Satan to learn how to resurrect this guy. Because like her family was like abused or betrayed by like this big family. And so now, like, her mission is she's going to take out anybody that gets in her way from getting this revenge on his family. And the thing is, so she, with the satanic spell, she raises the Headless Horseman, but she has his head. The horseman doesn't know that. So she's just like, this guy over here, that's your head. So he cuts the heads off and takes the heads back, thinking like that could be, his head, but it's not. And anyways, that's the whole twist at the end. You find out that it's Christina Ricci's stepmother who is into, and they try to look at Christina Ricci at first, because there's a scene where, like, Johnny Depp, he's been getting attacked by this, horseman thing, but something keeps coming back, but you see, like, this crazy fucking seal, like it's like a witchcraft seal underneath his bed, and it turns out, though, and you find out Christina Ricci did it, however, it was a protection spell. Like, she was trying to protect him from the Headless Horseman. Yeah, dude, it has all the Tim Burton regulars. Christopher Lee's in it. Jeffrey Jones, he was the dad in Beetlejuice. He's in it. He's like really fat in this one too. Like he gained a lot of weight, so it's just like Jeffrey Jones, buddy. Come on, what are you doing? I can't remember if Helena Bonham Carter's in this or not. I don't think she is. That's Tim Burton's wife, by the way.
Have you ever seen him?
Tim Burton? Yeah, he's all weird looking.
He's so freaking creepy looking. Like, he looks like a mix of,
what's worse now is he's older and he's still dressed like he did when he first broke on. Like, when you're younger, you can pull off, like, goofy hair and big old sunglasses.
Like, he looks like a mix of Weird Al and, like, Charles Manson.
I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. I love him,
He's
but he just
looking.
yeah, he just. And the fact that him and Kevin Smith don't get along, and I'll always take
They
Kevin
don't?
Smith's side. Oh yeah, you need to watch an evening Kevin Smith. He does a whole story about it. It's hilarious. Anyways,
It's hilarious.
it is. Like Kevin Smith was signed. He at one point he was like, "This is just off topic, whatever." That's my show. He was writing.
We've been doing this for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
go.
He was writing the script for Superman at one point. Kevin Smith was, and then when Tim Burton came in and directed, he basically fired Kevin Smith. So, but I guess at some point they would have these scripts that Kevin Smith, found whatever, and they would take Kevin Smith like he signed the script that you wrote, and Kevin Smith would always write or sign it. Fuck Tim Burton. And then Tim Burton found out about this and got like really tore up about it and whatnot. So, anyways, there's a mini feud there, but what was I talking about? Sleepy Hollow. I want to say about this one. It's really late. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long day for the Phantom. Damn good. It has like I said, it has like a comical aspect to it. Definitely has a lot of splat stick. Wouldn't you agree to that? Like a lot of like blood, but like not like scary blood, but like funny. Like he's hitting something and like blood's hitting him in the face. He's just like, oh, So I mean, it's having fun with it. And I think that's what I like about it, because it's not trying to take itself too seriously, which is what Tim Burton did with Dark Shadows, which is why it sucked. So I definitely like that. It had more of a comical aspect to it. But I didn't notice this until just when we watched it the other night, that Johnny Depp uses like women and children as shields in the whole movie. I know the scene where like him and the kids like walk into like this witch's cave. He takes the kid in front of him and walks in there. And at the end of the movie, when the Headless Horseman gets his head back, he stands up and he grabs Christina Ricci and brings her in front. I'm like, yes, that's hilarious. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a damn good movie. I recommend it. I think you'd like it, actually. You'd be a big fan of it. You'd probably like it too, actually. I think you'd like it over there. So, what'd you think of it? Yeah, all right. I want to rat her out. She did jump. There's a scene where there's a witch and she's in her cave and she changed herself up, but she has like this veil over her face, and Johnny Depp's getting close to it. And you know it's going to happen, dude. I even tell him like it's going to happen. Jumps out. And he has like this horrific look, and like the eyes popped in. It's great. My sweet jump. I'm just saying. I ratted her out right there. But yeah, Sleepy Hollow, definitely check it out. So that's all I really have right here. So once again, I want to thank all my guests here. Misery Black.
Hi.
You got Natalie Myers over there, and then of course, we got Maya right here. So yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So you're wearing a Fargo hat back next week, or?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I want to tell you about. Actually, we're not doing a show next week. So for all those who notice, like I got out of like the 3 people who actually watch the show, like 2 of them were like, your show's late or whatever. So just let you guys know, no show next week because the holidays are coming up and the Phantom's just Phantom's taking a week off.
I might.
But Misery Show may be airing finally. My God, I think it's been in the works for years now. My land.
Really has?
So since before Thanksgiving. So I remember we was going to film on the Thanksgiving break, and here we are, almost Christmas, and still no show.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, Misery, she's really hard at work on the show. So, but yeah, so no show next week. I want to thank all my guests for being here. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. I want to thank the Corn Children from last week for letting us film at their on their turf, actually. So yeah, that's all I got. So yeah, got nothing else to say. I guess we'll get out of here. So we're out.
Bye.
I like your 2 different color socks, by the way.
I never wear matching
Ridiculous.
socks.